Hey guys, this is Sam, and today we're taking a look at Popular, which moves some of your most frequently used applications into the top of your app switcher. iOS 8 introduced a new feature to the stock app switcher, which added some contact bubbles at the top so you could call someone, send them a text, and I believe you could even FaceTime them just from tapping on their little contact bubble from your app switcher. But you can see that when I go in there now with Popular installed, and as you saw in the little intro bit, it actually says most used apps and shows me a list of the apps that I statistically use the most on my iOS device. You can see number one by far is Tweetbot. So if I go ahead and tap that, instantaneously it launches me up on Tweetbot and I can browse through my feed or whatever. But it was pretty cool that I could do that just from my app switcher. You can't usually do that unless you have a Control Center Polis quick launch tweak with OXO 3, but that's besides the point because I can do the same for YouTube, or let's just say trailers. When I tap on that, even if the app is not currently running in the app switcher, you can tap on it and it will launch it up just as you saw there. Now that's the main functionality of Popular, but if we head over to the preference panel, under the most used applications section, we can go under settings. So maximum icon count. Let's say I don't want to scroll through 25 things at a time. Let's say I just want to see 5 on the screen. So once I've selected that, I can go back to the app switcher and you can see that only Tweetbot, Messages, Cydia, Settings, and YouTube show instead of that plus 20 other apps on my iOS device. Personally, I'm not going to take the time to scroll through 25 apps, so 5 or 10 is going to be perfect for me. Now, something really interesting is that you can actually view the statistics for how long you've used each of these applications. So you can see Tweetbot, for example, it's around 18 minutes, 47 seconds, maybe even 19 minutes, 10 seconds or something like that. Because I am doing the audio and the video separate, and I'll probably hop on Tweetbot in between at some point. But it's very interesting that you can actually view how long you've been in each of these applications. Something I find very cool is, let's say I don't want to see, say, YouTube in my most used app section. I can tap on edit in the top right. Now I can delete the YouTube app. And when I go back into my app switcher, it's actually going to be replaced by something else because now YouTube doesn't have any data for being one of the most used apps on my device. I believe that will reset every time you continually use the app, but I think it's actually really cool that you can see the statistics on why the tweak is picking what apps to show in your app switcher. Now there's also another section called Blacklist, and here you can just completely, forbid apps to show up in your recently used. So if I want to hide just, for example, say camera or calendar, or maybe just Cydia. Once I've enabled Cydia and hop right back on into my app switcher, Cydia does not show up anymore as one of my most recently used apps because I set it to not show up specifically under my blacklist. And then if you want to completely start over from scratch, clear all the time spent in apps, so the tweak will have to develop a fresh set of data for what apps you actually use the most, you can just tap on clear all data and all your data will be cleared. Now next up is another feature that's huge here, which is favorites. So if you don't want to just see your most used applications, you can set specific applications that you want to see every time you open up your app switcher in front of your most used applications. So for example, I'll add activators, scroll down, and let's do iBooks. And then I'll do just one more for fun. Let's do the Apple Store app. So now when I go back into my app switcher, I see first off Activator, iBooks, and the App Store. And then after that, Tweetbot, Settings, all that good stuff under most used applications. I think it's really important here that you can set favorites because, you don't only want to see most used applications because sometimes you'll always know that you just want to launch up iBooks if you're a heavy reader, maybe the App Store. Once again, you can set these apps to any of the apps installed on your device by using favorites or most used applications. You can enable either or just do favorites if you want to. You can see it shows up just like that on screen. And that is about all I have to show you as of right now for Popular. Once again, I showed off a beta or development build, so it's not out yet. It will be out in a couple of weeks or so on the BigBoss repo for only 99 cents. Not everything you saw in this video is final because, once again, it's still in beta, still being developed. Some things could change by the time it launches in a couple of weeks on BigBoss. Huge shout out to Bart172 and of course the developer David Murray or Cykey for sending this out early to show off to you guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below and of course subscribe for more content related to jailbreaking. This has been Sam with iUpdateOS and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.